welcome to Slipstream Media. My name's Ben, I'll be your host. And I was thinking a lot earlier about the state of the world and tracing things back to where they became from, essentially. And we can trace back things like wokeism back to 2001, where a $7.2 billion donation was made to the WHO organisation, the World Health Organisation, extraordinarily corrupt. And through various NGOs, they filtered that money into seeding the seeding Marxism and the teaching of it into culture in the West, which is why our children were brainwashed under our noses. The plot actually goes back to the 70s and the start of the way the left tried to introduce climate change, but I won't go all the way back that far. But certainly you can see that this has been a very building thing for a long time. I mean, you can see Europe is at breaking point. I remember when we were nearly at breaking point when Tony Blair was still in power. That's a long time ago now. So yes, we are at breaking point, and so much of Europe. Our conservative government's plan to fly immigrants to Rwanda is now about to be bought by the Germans who are going to do it. So maybe it wasn't a bad plan after all, considering Keir Starmer's become the most incredulous creep of a scumbag politician you can find. His money's for his vote's for sale. He's for sale. Everything about him's for sale. His opinions are for sale. The way he governs is for sale. And in America, you have what can only be described as the most corrupt government we've ever been able to watch on television. Because they're running a totalitarian state. And they're operating where effectively not one of us can say for sure who's making the big decisions in America right now. Not one of us, not for sure. We can make guesses, and educated guesses would be Kamala Harris, and it would be Dr. Jill, and it would be Obama, or a mixture of all three. Maybe Clinton. I don't think Clinton probably. I don't think they'll get on. But we don't know who's running. And I am about to do a piece. It's what happens if Joe actually has to do his job, but can't. That's serious. But we're living in a world where everything's been divided by sex, by orientation, by gender identity, by race as the largest and most incredulous part of the plot. Is they have been seeding the feeds of racism back into society for 25 years. And it's been a Democrat plan. And you can tell by the way that if you look at the black community, especially in neighbourhoods that would be called the hood in that particular area, you'll find crime is quite high. You'll find single parenthood very high. Those two obviously have always linked together. And you'll find fathers in the house to be a very minimal thing. But what you'll find is they've got lots of subsidies from the government that they can get by on. What you will also find is roughly 80% of black women do not have a male role model in the home. And now the funds are drying up and the welfare state's looking horrible. And you look at any health, mental health, well-being, how much more stressed are we? How much more angry are we? How much more open are we? How much more likely are we to help a stranger? How much more likely is a stranger to help us? Do we feel a sense of community at all? Do we feel the same depth of our friendships? Because I want to put a theory here, which I don't think that we have emotionally, especially the younger amongst us, the youth, the Generation Z certainly, they had all their formative years in a bad way, and it hit us hard. It wasn't the pandemic, it was the lockdown. No one will ever forget those. And what that did something that was almost on the cusp of happening, and it happened. It turned the world online. And when the world went online, the world found lots of interesting and new different ideas. But they also found much more division. And then suddenly we have the censorship of everything online, which Mark Zuckerberg's kindly given us the evidence for by the Biden and the rest of the Democrat Party. They've got a strong arm over the entire media complex, bar Fox News. So Trump can get his message out much. And the thing is, Trump's election is actually the world referendum on woke. If Trump loses, America is far left quickly because the most woke country in the world, other countries will want to follow suit. There could be carnage. Because the problem with the woke people is they're nowhere near as tough as the people who oppose them. I reckon you'd got a 10-1 match up each. But it's going to get scary if things go and get any more hairy. I don't think our enemies, our adversaries, could possibly be provoking us much more than they are. And if they were to dare to fly one of their jets just over, because they came within a mile of Alaska last time. If they ran the Russia-China allied jet fighter drill thing just north of Alaska, and either one tips a wing over American airspace, and America does nothing, that's the end. Because that is, you get shot down. That's war. If they do that, it's a declaration of war. And what they want to see is how quickly that war is going to come, and how the Americans would respond. Now, under Trump, it would come straight a fucking way. And it would be bad. It would be bad. He wouldn't have a war. He would sort them out good and proper. Biden and Harris now will just appease. Just do what they want so they don't cause World War III. Please, not while I'm in office. That's actually should be the Democrat thing. Don't cause World War III while I'm in office, please. That should be their foreign policy. And with that, I'll leave it. The world is a strange place. It's a dangerous place. It's a polarisingly different place to what it was when I grew up, and I wish family values could be reinstated so we could get along a bit better and get to know each other a bit better as well. So I think I'll leave it there. Always a pleasure, never a chore. Hope you enjoyed the video, you found it informative, you got some sense of identity with me or some level of common ground. I'll leave it there.